Ash has many legendary Pokemon. Right now Ash is going against Leon for the title of the World Monarch and also for being able to call the strongest Pokemon trainer in the world. So with that being said, it would only be right if he brought his best Pokemon with him. As of episode 127 of Pokemon Journeys, Goh handed Leon Eternatus, deeming him to be a trainer more worthy than he is. That got a lot of people in the Pokemon community thinking, will Leon use Eternatus in their climactic battle? While we don't know yet, it could very much happen now that Eternatus is technically under his possession. We see that Eternatus is going to break out of somewhere, so it could be a 7v7 battle instead. Who knows? For now, let's see what Legendaries Ash can use or call upon. Naganadel. While not statistically the most experienced battler, Naganadel has proven to be a powerful Pokemon, scoring a win against Kukui's Lucario and only losing to the guardian deity Tapu Koko. Naganadel has a strong bond with Ash, which could play a really big role in the battle against Leon. It could honestly be what makes the difference between winning and losing if Leon were to use Eternatus, who, by the way, also shares the same typings as Naganadel. The presence of an Ultra Beast in the PWC will further amaze the audience and take the battle to greater heights. Melmetal. Melmetal is not only one of the rarest Pokemon in the Pokemon universe, but it also has one of the strongest untapped potentials. As a Meltan, it was shown to be quite powerful, being able to defeat Yuki's Relish and Drudigon, as well as Faba's Hypno. After that, numerous Meltan banded together and evolved into Melmetal, so one could only imagine how much more power this Pokemon has. As a Melmetal, it managed to go toe-to-toe with some of the most powerful Alolan Pokemon, and is best known for defeating Kukui's Empoleon. Seeing as Leon is using multiple starters in his battle against Ash, this mythical Pokemon could very much come in handy. Versus Eternatus, Melmetal is the only one of Ash's official Pokemon that performs well defensively against both of Eternatus typings, being resistant to Dragon and immune to Poison. And finally, Melmetal is one of the few Pokemon capable of Gigantamaxing, so we might see G-Max Melmetal very soon. Solgaleo. Rounding out the Alolan trio, we have Solgaleo, aka Nebby. Ash has never used Nebby in an official battle, so the idea of him whipping out a Solgaleo would be a feast to watch. Like Melmetal, Solgaleo has a Steel typing advantage and can deal super effective damage with his psychic attacks. We could even see it use his exclusive Z move, Searing Sunray Smash, which would definitely catch people off guard. Ash is coming into this battle as the champion of Alola, so it's only fitting for him to use the legendary Pokemon he nurtured, took care of, and bonded with the longest during his time in Alola. Solgaleo would have been Ash's ideal finisher as a trainer who represents Alola in the Masters 8. Zacian. Of all the legendaries that Ash has befriended, I think Zacian has the best chance of battling against Leon. It played a vital role in the Darkest Day arc and teamed up with Ash, Goh, and Zamazenta to defeat Eternatus the first time. It'd be amazing to see a rematch between Zacian and Eternatus, this time without the help of Zamazenta, so we can expect this battle to be even tougher for Ash. But with its double immunity to Eternatus typings, Zacian can definitely gain the upper hand. I'm sure everyone would love to see Zacian's crown sword one more time, and it will be symbolic for it to be the Pokemon that will crown Ash as the World Monarch. Zacian is the main legendary in Pokemon Journey, so I'm betting on this legendary Pokemon to appear in the Ash vs Leon battle finale. It would even be a sick callback to his win in Alola, where Tapu Koko, while not being on Kukui's team, joined them for a battle. Instead, this time it's Zacian going on Ash's side. Mewtwo. Right after the Eternatus episode, we see this random episode where Ash and Goh encounter Mewtwo in the forest. Maybe this could foreshadow that an eventual face-off between these two legendary Pokemon will happen in the future. While Mewtwo might not be the type of Pokemon who obeys orders from humans, I could very well see the strongest Kanto Pokemon battling against the strongest Galar Pokemon, with Ash representing Kanto and Leon representing Galar, of course. In fact, it was said that Mewtwo was created to be the strongest Pokemon in the world, so it's only fitting for Ash to use it against the strongest trainer in the world. Besides, if Goh's goal is to catch Mew, then it's a nice parallel if Ash works with Mewtwo in the most pivotal battle of his life. Sceptile. Okay, now we all know Sceptile isn't a legendary Pokemon, but he definitely is at a legendary level. Having been the only known Pokemon to have defeated Tobias' Darkrai, it's no wonder why he's making this list. While Sceptile doesn't have an advantageous typing to battle Eternatus, when has that ever been a problem in the anime? Sceptile's speed would allow him to dodge most of its attacks and deal with it from far away with special attacks like Dragon Pulse, which Ash could have taught him ahead of time. He's definitely not a legendary Pokemon, but we all know that he could handle one if need be. Charizard. Speaking of another non-legendary legendary Pokemon, we have Ash's Charizard. The Pokemon that had it stayed on Ash's side for each region would have of course helped him win many more battles. Charizard took down Nolan's Articuno, beat Gary's Blastoise who did a great job against Moltres, and helped versus Brandon who's a legendary trainer. Charizard always loves good competition, and who's better competition than the strongest trainer and strongest Charizard in the world? I'm betting money that if Charizard fights in this battle, it might not win, but it's definitely going to give it its all. Infernape. Another fire starter with a great resume is Blaziken. Well, I can't include Harrison on this list, but I can include another firefighting type Pokemon in Infernape. While he hasn't taken down any legendary Pokemon, he is a Pokemon that is considered one of Ash's strongest, and one who has fighting spirit to take down a legendary if need be. Infernape quite literally packs a punch. Infernape's Blaze ability alone feels like something that needs to be shown off more than anything. Infernape has gotten his fair shine in the spotlight, playing a major role in the introduction of Project Mew, as well as when Ash reunited with Paul, so it's not like the Journey team has forgotten about him completely. Greninja. Speaking of Pokemon that the Journey team hasn't forgotten about, it's Greninja. Of course, being Lucario's mentor basically, Greninja is not a weak Pokemon at all. In fact, most people would consider it the strongest besides Pikachu. So because of that, it makes sense that Greninja would come back and get revenge against a Dragon type. I mean, the last one that he battled disrespected him, and he now works alongside another. I think that Greninja could seriously put on a spectacle, and they could make Ash-Greninja one final time, and it has been sort of retconned by the Journey staff, so it would be a cool callback. Lucario would watch it in awe and further inspire himself to get stronger. Honestly, Eternatus vs Greninja just makes sense. Or it would make for a more satisfying revenge arc if he gets to defeat Leon's Charizard, the Pokemon who destroyed Alon's Charizard. Ho-Oh. And now let's go all the way back to the original series because the final legendary Pokemon that Ash can use against Leon is Totodile. I mean, it's got a strong resume having beaten Harrison's freaking Sneasel and has already the experience of dealing with Charizards. So Leon, you should definitely watch out for G-Max, Mega Terrestrial, Totodile Z. But seriously, what better Pokemon to help Ash in the battle finale than the very one who has been with him since day one? The one who watches over him, guides him, and always reminds him of his dream of becoming a Pokemon Master. I'm of course talking about none other than Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh first appeared in Pokemon Episode 1, flying over Ash and Pikachu after they were attacked by the flock of Spearow. Ho-Oh's appearances have always been more symbolic of Ash's specialness as a Pokemon trainer. It showed itself to Ash a few more times during his most emotional moments, allowing him to rekindle his ultimate goal in life. Ash's last encounter with Ho was in Advanced Generation when he first lost to Brandon, but it was mentioned once again in Diamond and Pearl. Ho even appeared in an early episode of Pokemon Journeys, so what we thought was a random episode might actually be a significant foreshadowing about the end of Pokemon Journeys. There are other legendary Pokemon I have left out of the list, but I would love if you could name a few yourself in the comments below and let me know why they would have worked. While this is a fanficky scenario of Ash battling Leon's Eternatus, I think if it happened it would be amazing. We now know that there's going to be 4 episodes long, which could mean 3 for the main battle and 1 for Eternatus, but who knows at this point. One of the funnest things is always to speculate and predict and hope for the best. If you made it this far into the video, I truly appreciate you, but for now, it's been your boy Luap, and I'm out. Peace.
Foolish after all. I'm gonna train really hard.
What's that?
Ho-Oh! Remember when we set out on our journey?